Good morning, Captain. We need that knife again this morning to cut this fog. Good morning, C for Freedom. Is it bad your way too? I don't remember us having so much fog. You got the same thing there too. Okay. Good morning, Sean. Is it foggy your way as well? No moisture there. If you go back to where I was probably signing on, it was even worse back there. When I pulled out from my little drive to the main road, I could hardly see. I don't know how many feet it was, but not far, just the oncoming traffic because I couldn't see anything. Oh my goodness, and it's not even been really hot, but I'm sure it's a big change from Idaho. Yeah, I think it's just my little part here in Central Florida because there will be a point when I'm driving into Orlando that it will just clear and be gone. Oh, that's very sweet of him. Tell him thank you. I've been going in so many directions. I've not even been able to stop in and say hey to him. And the next few weeks are going to be really crazy, and you guys will find out here soon. I just can't say anything yet. Um, but yeah, then I've got Texas coming up the end of the month. So lots going on. Morning, Glory. Oh, he's doing overnights now. Ah, gotcha. I'm taking a little bit longer route, so I miss one toll. And to get a little further down the turnpike before I get on in case there's traffic. Good morning, Christine. Yeah, lots more fog this morning. Hey, Carrie. With Miss Deuce last night. My signal's down a little bit right through here, so bear with me. Oh, thanks for letting me know, Captain, because I looked early this morning and almost full. Now look how clear it is here to the ground, and the sun's coming out. It's going to be pretty. But there's thick fog way ahead, if you can see that. No, Carrie, I watched it this morning. I caught a little bit of I replayed it. Yeah, it's really low to the ground in places at my house, too. I couldn't see the oncoming traffic. It's like, I hope there's nobody speeding because I'm pulling out right in front of them. Hey, Christine. Good morning, Red. Oh, that's a pretty truck with the fishes on the side. Oh, no, too much trouble to show you. Sorry. Oh, I gotcha. Yep, that napping will do that to you. Mess up your good night's sleep. And get those sexy shades on because you're going to need it as soon as I turn. But the sky's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I think you sent it all to me. It was so thick a little while ago I could hardly see what was in front of me. And Sean doesn't have any on the coast either. There's something about where I am. There's this moisture in the air because even when it's not foggy, I'll come out and I'll have my vehicle's covered in condensation every morning. Can you guys see the towers above the clouds? Look above the fog. There's two towers sticking out. Can you all see that? Look real close. On each side of the sun, there's a tower. Oh, that is way cool. That would be a really good screenshot to go back and get. Oh, that was crazy. It was bright, but that was so neat with that fog and then seeing the. You saw it too? With the two towers sticking up. That was crazy. And what good timing we had. See, everything is nice and green here already. Spring has sprung. Oh yeah, we would have been able to see all the whole towers. Right there's the top of the one. I mean, right. Oh, yeah, you barely can see it. And now look how clear it is here. See, it's like a different world. There's just a little teeny tiny fog down in this little valley beside of me. Good morning, Princess. Yeah, thank you. I need the coffee. Oh, yep, I knew I was going to miss the light, but it's just too, if I get in the other lane, it's too short to try to get merged over for the exit. We won't do it. You know, I had Friday off for the wedding, but man, the weekend flew by. It doesn't seem like I had 3 days off. And then I have to go back to work and pay for having 3 days off. Oh, torture. Good morning, Richard. You missed all the fog. Y'all can't see it, but I'm on Twitch too, and they send me this big, long message every once in a while, like how to improve my Twitch. And this is like a whole paragraph they just sent me. Isn't that crazy? You need to have all that to do your driver's license, but you can come across the border and not have anything. But we as American citizens are penalized to have to show all that crap just to get your driver's license updated is absolutely ridiculous. You can go in and vote with no ID, basically, but to get your driver's license renewed, you have to have an act of Congress. It's crazy. Look, there's hardly any fog here. It's just in my house. Oh, you're Honey Bunches of Vote. Okay. I'm hoping everyone has their beverage of choice this morning. Coffee, tea, or whatever that might be. You're drinking hot tea. Okay. I've never acquired the taste of hot tea. I usually don't drink hot anything because it makes me so hot from the inside out. But ever since I went to work at this job that I'm at now, 2010, it was so freaking cold in that office. To this day, I wear a jacket all day long at work or a sweater to stay warm. I had to learn to drink coffee to stay warm at work. Was never a coffee drinker, never, nothing, until I took this job and I started drinking coffee to stay warm. You having vodka? It's until at least 10 o'clock is your choice. I'm in my mini dead zone, so bear with me. See, I tell y'all, it's like a different world from where I live with the weather. I get the storms, I get the fog, I get the crazy winds and the random rain sometime, but it's where the two coasts collide. I'm right there in the middle. Don't do it. I knew you were going to do it. You dirty dog. I do, don't I, Red? Well, I think my channel is, on the days when I'm doing the drive to work, is appropriately named, weather and traffic, because I do show you the weather and I do show you the traffic. That's funny, Christine. Did y'all hear about the man that opened up his door? I guess I didn't read the story. I just read the headlines, and I saw another headline last evening. The guy that opened up his door, and I guess a gator was there and bit him. The gator was at his door, which wasn't his fault, but then they went and killed the gator. Exactly, Sean. I know, it's like, what? It wasn't the gator's fault. I mean, I don't blame the gator if he just happened to be there and the guy opened up the door. I mean, I'm not saying you should have to watch for gators when you open up your door, but dang, there was no need to kill him. It was just a natural response. They should have just rehomed him. Hey, Josh. Well, we probably encroached on his habitat. I mean, I know gators move, they're constantly on the move. But I mean, I don't think he was like looking to eat a human that day, but just happened to be on the guy's doorstep. Did you really watch it as it went down, Josh? So what happened? The guy opened up the door and the gator was just on at the front door and just snapped at him. I mean, went after him. But the one that killed the woman here a few weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, they rehomed it. Did they kill it? No, they caught it and I think they rehomed it. So how do they pick and choose on what gators they kill and which ones they don't? He actually killed somebody. Again, I can't say it's the gator's fault because we know what gators do. I'm not sure whether they should be killed. I mean, is it more aggressive? That one come flying out of the water to attack, that's for sure if you watch the video. But just take it to the Everglades where there is no people. I'm not sure if it needed to be killed, or if any of the gators need to be killed, but just take it somewhere remote where there's no people. They become more aggressive. Gotcha. I'm not up on my gators, so. Hey, Janet, good morning. Okay, Josh. And was it during the day or was it during the night? So he was right up to the door trying to, I don't know about get in, but rustle around. Interesting. And was it a bad bite is my next question. Oh my goodness. We used to watch, before I lived in Florida, a long time ago, the guy he had his own show and he would go catch the gators. And that was crazy. Because he'd be in the water trying to entice them. Kudos to those people that do that. Well, hopefully he didn't lose a limb or anything like that. No, I'm trying to think of what his name was. He was just a little scrawny guy, but he wrestled those alligators. No, it was here in Florida. But they have crocodiles in Australia, um, which is different from the alligators. But either one, I don't want to be around. I don't want to be in a room alone with them. Neither one. Oh, good luck with the DL. Have a good day. Oh no, you never know, Josh. That is an interesting show. I just always forget to. I just don't watch TV hardly anymore, so I just don't even think about catching that. Carrie, you're saying there's crocodiles versus alligators in the Everglades? Oh, okay, that could be it. I was busy. I was busy this weekend. I can't believe it was a 3-day weekend. And I'm already so far behind today going in. I can't imagine at the end of the month when I've taken more than one day off to go to Texas. Oh, it'll be miserable to get off, and then it'll be awful to come back to. American crocodiles. Well, when I take my dogs out at night, it's really dark behind my house. There's no light. And I have to be careful because I do have wildlife. We have coyotes and wild boars or wild hogs, and there are some gators nearby. I do live close to a lake, and I have a baby gator in a ditch not far from the back of my house. And I'm assuming Mom is probably nearby, so they could be traveling at any time. So, and I do have the armadillos that pass through. I've caught several of those at night walking by, but I do have to be cautious of the wildlife when I go out at night. Oh, is that where it happened, was Daytona? Hey, good morning, Jason. Yeah, Josh. Yeah. That would solve the problem, wouldn't it? I did have a humongous tortoise walk through my backyard one day. He just was cruising. I mean, if I put my arms out to wrap around him, I probably couldn't touch my fingertips. He was so big. There goes Granddaddy U-Haul over there. But yeah, he was a big old tortoise and muddy. Oh, he was muddy. He'd been in the mud somewhere. I mean, there's bear. We've had several bear attacks, not in my area, but in the area. And I'm sure there's more that's just the ones that come to mind. But I swear I went out the other night and I heard the coyotes calling, howling, and I've never heard that before. Sorry, I missed some of the chat because I was trying to maneuver the lanes there and the sun was shining. Oh yeah, those fires do affect it too, Princess. You're right. I hope you don't have a bad fire season. Yeah, I hate it any time that there's animals, that's hurt or injured or, displaced or, anything with the animals. I mean, no matter what they are, because, they're part of our world. We got to respect them. They have the same right to be here. Well, it's just absolutely gorgeous here, isn't it? There's no fog, the sun's shining. And for those of you who didn't hear me say it on Saturday night on my panel, right here in downtown, there's a very, very prestigious venue, and we passed by the back side of it here in just a second. But there was supposed to be a drag show there on Saturday night, and I'd been keeping my eye on it because I was watching the age limit and couldn't find out anything because they're getting really sneaky. But the venue at the last minute canceled on them because they were trying to, they didn't want the same thing happen to them as happened to the last venue where DeSantis pulled their liquor license. And so they had to change venues at the last minute, and Carrie and I didn't find out about it. And it was open to all ages, but where but where it was at, we couldn't really get into. It's a gated, more secure location, but it was a last minute switcheroo, open to all ages, and I was itching to get there, but I knew I couldn't get close enough to see anything. And when I read up on the company, yeah, they promote all ages, family friendly, no limitation to ages. They never will limit the ages, so very frustrating. So now they're getting sneaky, because I heard Buffalo Man say the same thing. They're getting very sneaky about showing the ages. And there's a video going around of a little girl who's maybe 4 or 5 dancing for dollars. It's very sad that people think that that's okay. That's a new video going around this weekend. So that must have just happened. You're cracking open your caffeine. Hey, good morning, Slim. Tell Charlene to make sure she checks her messages from me this morning before she does anything, if she hasn't already. Oh, did you see that video, Red? And she doesn't understand. That little girl doesn't understand what's going on. She just thinks it's cute because she's dancing, because little girls like to dance. And then she'd been there. She watched enough to know that that money usually goes on the floor. So when she collected that money, she dropped it on the floor. Might be safe to say that's not her first show. She'd probably been to a show before. Because I won't say lurking, but we've been watching for these underage drag shows, so we can be there to represent, and they're getting really sneaky and hiding it. Oh, absolutely, Red. Yes. Um, it won't be hard to find, Josh, I don't think. I would just do little girl dances at drag show. I bet it comes up. And there's also a mom in the background with a little baby in her arms. And maybe Red can share it with you if you don't have it or if you can't find it. Everyone needs to see it. Everyone needs to see what the problem is. It's not okay. That is not okay. And it's the parent to blame for that, for putting their child in that situation. I don't know why they feel that they have to go after the children. You can still drag, you can still do what you want to, but for the grown-ups, if you choose to go as a grown-up, then you're more than welcome to go. It's a little girl at a drag show, Princess. She's about 4 or 5, and she's dancing all around. I mean, very into it. And everyone's giving her dollars, and at one point she throws them down on the floor because she's seen the dollars on the floor. You know how you toss the dollars on the floor? So she threw the money on the floor, and she kept on dancing, and she danced for a long time. But it was going around this weekend, so it must be new. So I would just Google little girl dances at drag show or something, and you'll probably find it. Yeah, I mean, I understand that's why they go after it. Yeah, for sure. There's a plan behind it, but we've got to stop it, or at least call them out and bring attention to it. Oh, they're definitely going after the children in the schools. And then you have these parents that just aid them, whether it's, out of stupidity or because they're part of the problem. Exactly. Hashtag leave the kids alone. Well, they've been destroying the family for years, taking the father out of the picture. Many years ago, they started doing that. Yeah. We got a package. We got a box, something in the middle of the road up here. Empty box. All right. This is my light where I tell you all goodbye. So everyone have a good day. Thanks for riding along with me. Thanks for riding through the fog. Those of you that was on early. Gas is 308. Do a random act of kindness today. Happy Monday. That was a lot. But everyone take care, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, for sure. You're right, Red. All right, everyone take care.